Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Elisa and we're currently standing in front of our apartment complex here in China. No, we're not going in there today because I took you there last time and I promised you that I will take you on a walk-in tour of our neighborhood. In this video, I also want to share where we actually live in China and why we chose this area. So let's go on that tour. All right, for starters, we're just crossing the road over to this side where we're going to find our first stop, which is the convenience store. And there are so many of them. They're so accessible. You can jump in there and buy whatever you need. The selection is actually quite incredible. And down there, there's also what we call the post office shop. And it's in fact just a room that I'm going to have to show you because it really shocked us when we first came. We had no idea how things were done here. And that's essentially where all our parcels go. And it's an amazing system that I will show you next time. Now let's go over this way. This is directly opposite to where we live. There's another apartment complex. But the reason why I'm pointing this out is because this is where the gym is, the gym that we go to. And again, we're going to go in there another time. We're going to continue down this way. As you can see, it's starting to become a little bit more lively at this time of the day. It is roughly 5:15 and people are coming out. The streets are busier. And that's the reason why we're doing the walkthrough at this time, because I feel like there's a little bit more to see, a little bit more happening. And as we go on, we're going to come across the first few restaurants. We didn't realize how convenient life was going to be when we moved here. Before in Qatar, we didn't have anything like a convenience store just across the road or so many places to actually walk to. We actually are coming in front of the first restaurant on our street. We've been in here many times and I do promise that I will also take you in there. That's actually a Muslim restaurant that does some amazing noodles. And now we are coming into the first fruit shop. There's so many fruit shops in the area. It's actually quite incredible how many you can find within a 1 kilometer radius. But this is actually where we buy all our bananas. They do sell a huge other variety of fruits, but I usually buy those online. And if we keep going, there's another restaurant. We haven't actually been in there yet. And as you can see, people are just out and about with the kids. It gets really busy on this corner at night. Then coming into this corner, we've got another store that sells tons of snacks. And these are really popular. Snacks are a big thing in China. Again, something that we learned that when we came here. And I will show you something even more incredible when we cross the road. And before we cross, I wanted to point out that fruit shop number 2 is in fact on this very corner. Now we're going to go this way. We're going to cross over and let's just wait here. Now, when you cross the streets in China, you have to be very, very careful, particularly in our town. I'm not sure if this is the case elsewhere, but you need to be very mindful of people on e-bikes, motorcycles, because they essentially do as they please. It can be a little bit dangerous at times, especially because they do ride on the footpath. So you have to have your bearings and pedestrians do not have the right of way. So before you cross over, look everywhere. And make sure that you're looking in every direction because they could be coming from anywhere. And we've got a red man up there that will shortly turn green. But again, it doesn't mean anything. Make sure that you're looking around. And no, you don't have to wait for the light to turn. You can jaywalk. At first, we were kind of scared to do so when we came because we didn't know if that was allowed. But then just by watching what the locals do, we realized that it's not a big deal. Now, we're going to go this way. And here we've got a bread store or a bun store where they sell dumplings and all sorts of breads. This actually only opened about 6 months ago. As we're coming this way, we're going to come across another restaurant. This is more of like a fast food place. And here we have tried many of the wraps. You can eat for as cheaply as 5 to 7 yuan for a wrap and 18 yuan for noodles. And next, I want to show you this place. We used to have a little supermarket in here where I could come down and buy fruits and vegetables. And this has been replaced by this shop that is basically just a snacker's paradise. You will find every kind of snack. Obviously, there's nothing fresh to buy from here, but it is truly incredible. And the really cool thing about it is that you actually buy things per weight. So we'll take you in there and do a proper tour next time. If you'd like to see that, let me know. Now let's keep going. Okay, and down this way, the restaurants continue. It's hard to believe this is actually not a main town or city or part of the city center, and the food selection is quite huge. Down here, we also have access to a spa, and we also have access to a barber shop, as well as the side gate to our complex. I'm going to head over this way now. We're going to cross the road again. I don't know if you can tell how clean the streets are. And there's so many people around. This is actually pick-up time now. We got a primary school, public school right next to us. And a lot of the children are coming out right now at 5:30 in the afternoon. So they're all going home. And we've got fruit shop number 3. And over here, we've got a meat store. You can buy lots of meats on a stick. And here we've got a bakery. This is actually one of the first places that we visited when we came to this area. So they sell lots of cakes and breads, and it's a good place where to come and have a coffee as well. And that way there's more grocery stores, and you're also going to find more massage places and barber shops, but we're going to go this way. What I wanted to quickly mention about the massage places is how you find them everywhere. They're actually a chain of them, and we've tried them before, and they're really great. So basically for about 100 yuan, you can get a fantastic foot and back massage that includes a foot soak, and you literally just walk in and get it done whenever you're ready. And also, about 200 meters down that way is where the kids go to play basketball and football. There are 2 fantastic courts, and luckily we can access those for free. The really tricky thing about coming at this time of the day is that the kids are not a problem, obviously, but you just have to look out for the e-bikes. They can come out of nowhere. So far, so good. So while we're here and we're covering the area where the school is, I wanted to tell you exactly where it is that we live. So many people have been curious about where in China we are, and we actually live in Hangzhou, but we don't live in the city center. We actually live outside of Hangzhou in a place called Yuhang, which is about, I would say, an hour from the main city center. And the reason why we chose to live in this place, I mean, as you can see, we have a huge variety of shops, lots of places to go to here. But the reason why we're here and not in the city is because of the commute that the kids would have had from somewhere else. We actually live about 5 minutes from the school that the kids go to and David's workplace. So at the beginning, when we came, lots of people said to us, you know, just go to the EFC, which is a fantastic place to live at because it's brand new and you can find lots of foreign restaurants, and the area is, you know, fantastic. But for us, we just felt that the 40-minute commute there and back every day for the kids would have been too much, and for us as well. Oftentimes the children finish school at different times and it can get really quite complicated. So that's why we live here and not right in the city. We're just coming into another section of the school, another exit. So we're very quickly just going to get through here. As I mentioned, we've got all the e-bikes out on the footpath. It is very hectic. If you do come down here, you know, any earlier than 5 o'clock, this place is actually very quiet. And as you can imagine, drop-off time is also very hectic. So we have to make sure that we leave home a few minutes earlier just to miss the drop-off rush. And you have to show them this, David. We're coming up to the square. And you have to be extremely cautious here as well because, like I said, pedestrians don't have the right of way, and e-bikes will basically come anywhere that will allow them to get anywhere faster. And this place, I have to tell you, we had no idea when we came. This place comes alive in the nighttime. Yep. It will get busier later on. But just to give you a little glimpse, we've got a lady right behind me. She's setting up her karaoke machine and she's just going to be here all evening. She's cranking out some tunes and having fun, and she won't be the only one. You will find them all over this square, and also you're going to find multiple groups of people dancing as well. So the noise and the amount of people that gather here is actually quite amazing and quite a sight to see. Now we're so used to it, it doesn't faze us. It's a lot of fun though, it's a lot of fun. We're just coming down this way now. We're going to cross the road again. We're actually making our way to the train station. So this is a path that we take very often. And I wanted to point out that down that way, we have some amazing mountains and lots of green walkable paths with creeks and small villages that are really, really nice to explore. You can do lots of biking here, which is really exciting. And down this way, there are also many more shops. I think the highlight for us is actually what we normally call a dollar store in Australia. So I think you know what I'm talking about. One of those places where you can find thousands of items for very, very cheap. Now we're going to go down this way. And I want to show you this place right here. These are everywhere again, and this is where you come and get your breakfast, essentially. You can eat breakfast for as low as 4 or 5 yuan. We also have multiple mobile phone shops. We have another bakery. Bakeries, again, you're going to find them everywhere, and their products are actually really great. We have tried them a few times. More local eateries. Another mobile store. And we're coming up to, I guess, our biggest supermarkets that we have access to here. And we have a supermarket here, which is actually part of the Hippo brand. And this Hippo brand, basically, they have lots of different varieties of Hippo supermarkets. They have big ones, smaller ones, like neighborhood ones, and that's one of those. So the range is not as huge as elsewhere, but I can pretty much come in here and do a full shop if I like. And the prices are really great. So if you'd like me to take you in there, let me know in the comment section below. And this place, I do have to say, it's actually busy a lot of the time, so you don't have to come in the weekend or the evening. I've oftentimes come at midday or in the morning, and there's usually people in there. Unlike my previous supermarket video where, you know, it was pretty much completely empty. And now we are just walking past an electronics shop, which is this famous Chinese brand called Xiaomi. That is actually really cool. I'm going to take you in there as well because I want to show you the prices and the really cool items that you can buy from there. We went in there last week and had a ton of fun checking it all out. I'm trying not to die. And we have this restaurant right here that is so popular, and we haven't been brave enough to go in there just yet. A few of the times that I walked past, I saw people sitting down and smoking while having a meal, and that turned me off a little bit. But it is so busy all the time that I think we really need to give it a shot. We're going to go down this way now. We have another restaurant here, and then we've got a mobile phone repair shop. They also sell phones, watches, and lots of accessories. This is our favorite chicken burger shop. The kids love eating their burgers, so we get these quite often. The prices are incredible. You pay about 12 yuan for a chicken burger. As we keep walking, we're running into more and more fast food places, restaurants, and it's really not hard to believe because people here do actually eat out a lot. And I believe from talking to some of my Chinese friends that the food actually is accessible. The prices are great, so they can afford to eat out quite often. And it's just part of the lifestyle. You don't cook nearly as much, as you probably noticed from my small kitchen in my apartment. And I believe this is food shop number 4. And down here, there are not too many shops open at the moment. We find a couple of tobacco and alcohol shops. I do have to say that the number of shops that have actually shut down and reopened or had new places open in their place over the last 12 months has been really incredible. They're so very easily replaced. You know, a month or two later, there's a new place opening in its location. Actually, let's just go back here for a minute. I just wanted to point out a couple more things of interest. So I think it's actually closed right now, but there is a medical clinic there that I have been with the kids. And then directly across the road, we have a few other services like a bike repair shop, there's a billiards room, more barber shops, and a plumbing store. So lots of variety. And as we continue on, there's another eatery that usually gets quite busy later in the evening. And as we keep going down here, there is a convenience store right here, but I wanted to show you was actually the huge selection of cigarettes that they have. You can just take a little shot, David. It's actually surprised us. We had no idea how much people smoke here in China. I don't know if it's a surprise to you, so let me know in the comment section below. In my head, they are very health conscious, promoting that people exercise and eat really well. But yeah, it's really taken us aback. We have another breakfast place here. Another restaurant. And I know it's really quite dark here. As you can see, this area is not as busy. More restaurants. And there's more restaurants across the road. And here you can buy linens. And to be honest, I am surprised that this is actually here and open, because in China, people usually shop online. All of your shopping is done online. So whenever you come across any shops like that, you wonder how they make any money. Another restaurant. Another convenience store. Another restaurant. Another restaurant. And here we're coming up to our main intersection in our little city or town, which is right here. And I have to say, I have tried crossing this area on a bicycle, and I really do find it quite stressful because it is always so busy and you have people tooting at you on their e-bikes. It can be a little bit overwhelming. And now we're going to head this way. We have a barbecue place here that we would like to try soon. And I find it quite surprising that this is set out on a car park and that they haven't been moved yet. We're going to cross one more time. I wanted to point out this alleyway. There are lots more of the same kinds of shops down there, barbers and restaurants. And we're coming up to our train station here. We actually use this quite a lot. We enjoy taking the train. And this is the Shanghai train station. And this is basically the end of our video as well, because we just completed the whole walk. On our next video, we're going to talk about the cost of utilities, the cost of living in China. So many of you have been asking me about that, and I can't wait to answer your questions. I think you're going to find it quite surprising. Well, thank you for joining us. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you on the next one.